Let me take you into the heart of a tense night unfolding right now, 10:32 p.m. EDT on Saturday, June 21st, 2025, as I sit in my dimly lit living room, the TV flickering with breaking news. The air feels heavy, the silence broken only by the murmur of my radio tuned to an all-news station. The U.S. has joined Israel's attacks against Iran's nuclear program, a move that sends a shiver down my spine as I think about the pressure piling onto Iran's already battered regime and the risk of this conflict spiraling further out of control. I pour a glass of water, my hands unsteady, and listen as the story takes shape, a tale of military might and fragile peace teetering on the edge. President Trump's voice cuts through the broadcast, his address from earlier tonight replaying on a loop. He called the strikes in Iran a spectacular military success, his words bold and unapologetic. Iran's nuclear sites were completely and totally obliterated, he declared, standing in the White House, his tone a mix of triumph and warning. I picture the scene, flanked by flags, his face lit by the glow of cameras as he detailed the targets, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. These three sites, I learned from the scrolling ticker, represent the core of Iran's nuclear infrastructure, the backbone of a program that's haunted headlines for years. On Fox News, Sean Hannity chimes in, his voice animated as he recounts a private conversation with Trump. 5 to 6 bunker buster bombs, massive and precise, dropped on Fordow, a site buried deep under a mountain. I lean closer, imagining the earth shuddering under that weight, the dust settling over a landscape changed forever. Outside my window, the night is still, but my mind races to Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's praise echoes through the broadcast, his statement a public nod to Trump's decision. The U.S. has done what no other country could do, he says, his words carrying the weight of a decades-long rivalry with Iran.
We are absolutely ready for a negotiated solution for our nuclear program, as we did in 2015. It is obvious I cannot go to negotiation with the United States when our people are under bombardments, under the support of the United States. We have come, unfortunately, to the conclusion that the United States has been in this aggression from the beginning.
I think of my friend Rachel, who moved to Tel Aviv years ago, and wonder how she's feeling tonight. Relief at the strike's success, or dread at what might come next. Earlier today, I caught a report on X about U.S. officials tracking multiple B-2 stealth bombers heading west over the Pacific, a silent armada moving into position. The pieces were falling into place, a military ballet choreographed in secret. I flipped to another channel where analysts debate the fallout. On Wednesday, Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's voice had run out, defiant and resolute. His country wouldn't surrender. Iran had threatened to strike American troops stationed across the region if the U.S. joined the fray. 40,000 lives now on edge, from bases in Qatar to ships in the Persian Gulf. I think of my cousin stationed in Bahrain, his last email mentioning heightened alerts, and my stomach knots. The stakes feel personal now. The conflict no longer just a distant headline.
If the Council fails to act now, it will send a message that international law and resolution apply selectively. If the non-proliferation regime collapses, this Council will share responsibility with the Israeli regime.
Back on the news, I learned the top 2 GOP leaders in Congress were briefed ahead of time, a calculated move to soften the blow. But the strikes have ignited a firestorm. Lawmakers' voices rise in protest, some calling for a vote to reign in the White House, their arguments clashing over airwaves. I scroll through posts on X, where sentiment swings wildly. Some hail Trump's boldness, others decry the risk of another Middle East quagmire. The United Nations Atomic Energy Chief, Rafael Grossi, has warned of safety risks from attacking nuclear sites. His cautions a somber note amid the celebration. Yet nuclear experts, quoted on CNN, reassure that the risk of a serious incident at these enrichment facilities is very low. No radiation spikes, no Chernobyl in the making. Still, I can't shake the image of those bunker busters tearing through reinforced concrete, the uncertainty lingering like a storm cloud. I step onto my porch, the summer air warm against my skin, and look up at the stars, dimmed by city lights. I think about Iran's regime, battered by sanctions and Israeli strikes for weeks, now facing this American hammer blow. I think of the people there, families, workers, soldiers, caught in the crossfire of geopolitics. The strikes might weaken Tehran's nuclear ambitions, but at what cost? Retaliation looms, a shadow over the region, and I wonder if this spectacular success will bring peace or just a louder war. Inside, the TV drones on, Trump's voice repeating, "Now is the time for peace." I hope he's right. But as I head back in, the weight of those obliterated sites presses down, a reminder that this story is far from over.